everyone, this is Joanne coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #UnicornBoss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, go ahead and hit me up with some unicorn emojis because those are my jam. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So super excited tonight, you guys. It's Wednesday. So on Wednesdays on my page, I always do something a little bit fun. It's called Win It Wednesday. So I like to put a post out earlier in the day and ask you to participate and ask me your keto questions. And depending on the feedback I get, I put together some content for the video to help you out and give you some tips and tricks and help you along on your keto journey. So really excited to share some of the goodies that I have put together for you tonight. So I see a bunch of you guys jumping online. Welcome. If you're grabbing me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. By the way, if you're a brand new friend, don't forget to comment new below so that way I can circle back around and say hi to you. I love saying hi to all my brand new friends. So if you're brand new to me, welcome. My name is Joanne. I've been keto 1 year now. I just hit my year mark in November. I'm down 60 pounds, loving this lifestyle, and I love chit-chatting with you all every day to help you along on your keto journey. And if we're not friends yet, make sure you go ahead and send me a friend request and hit follow. And it's really important that you follow my page. I so appreciate your love and support. I'm actually maxed out on my friends list, so I'm gonna have to start saying no to people, which I hate. So make sure you go ahead and click on my face real quick. It'll take you over to my page, and from there you can click on the follow button. I so appreciate your love and support. I don't want you to miss out on all of the fun things that we do here on my page. So thanks for all the love. I went straight today, you guys. Do you like the hair straight or curly? You can comment below and let me know. So let me go ahead and say hi to a few people real quick. And then tonight's topic is Win It Wednesday. So really quickly, for those of you that don't know and you're brand new, on Wednesdays on my page, I always ask you guys to leave me your keto questions. So you can always go back and find an old post. It's called Win It Wednesday. And I ask you to leave me some feedback, ask me your keto questions, and I'll pull some really good topics to share with you later on in the night. So let me say hi to a few people real quick, and then we will go ahead and get started. So let's see who we've got here. Hi, Donna. Hey, Marika, Sherry, Dottie, Kelly, Bill, Tara, Shota. Awesome. Lexi, Denise. So happy to have you guys online tonight. So welcome, everybody. Go ahead and say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. So I have a few topics that I put together for tonight's Win It Wednesday. And if we have time after, you can feel free to ask me some more. But I try to keep the videos not too long so that way people aren't bored on the replay. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately about how to do dairy-free keto. Now, it's not my area of expertise, but I did put together some neat little tips and tricks for you, for those of you that are trying to either reduce or eliminate dairy from your diet. So I hope that you really enjoy it. So do I have any dairy-free keto people here? If there are, go ahead and comment dairy-free below, or if you know somebody, go ahead and give this video a quick share and maybe tag them in it. I so appreciate your love and support on the shares. So if you guys have a lot of fun and you enjoy my page, don't forget to give the video a quick share. I so appreciate your love and support. So yeah, I guess you guys are digging the straight hair. Something brand new. So okay, so tips and tricks for being dairy-free on keto. By the way, I did get most of this from an online resource. It's called ruled.me. So if you guys want the full page for more information, you can find it easily. So basic things are why some people would want to be dairy-free. So do I have anybody that struggles with dairy issues? What are some of the symptoms that you experience from having dairy in your diet? If you feel comfortable, go ahead and comment here. I'll wait like 10 seconds and see if anybody is maybe struggling with that and wants to participate. Hi, Claudia. Welcome. Thanks for the love, Shota. Appreciate it. Hey, Marika. So some of the symptoms that people have potentially, oh good, so Shauna's, I've got the dairy-free expert here. So if you guys need to know more about dairy-free, Shauna really is the expert. She shares a lot on her page about it. So I'm just kind of keep giving you an overall review here. So okay, good. Tina's also dairy-free most of the time. So, you know, some people really experience some complications from having dairy in their diet. Some of the things are, okay, cool. Feeling bloated and gaining weight. Those are definitely two of them that I have here. You can have abdominal cramps. You can have bloat. You can sometimes have diarrhea or loose stools, intestinal pain. You can be gassy, farting, all those types of things. I'm saying all the words here tonight, you guys. Let's just be hashtag keep it real, right? Digestive issues, weight stalls. So all of those types of things, indigestion. So, you know, if you're potentially struggling on your keto journey and you're not losing weight and you've kind of hit a stall and you're experiencing some of these issues, you may want to consider actually backing off on the dairy a little bit just to see what's going to happen and see if that would work for you. I know that's kind of what Shauna did, and it really helped her be very successful with her keto journey. So how would you be sure, or some ways to test this is, first things first, and this is going to be a hard one, you guys, is you should try eliminating dairy from your diet for at least 30 days. And I know, I feel your pain. And I really give you guys so much love for those of you out there that are dairy-free and keto. I don't know if I could do it personally. I don't know if I could live without cheese and some of the most amazing things that are dairy. But, you know, if you're having these complications and you're not losing weight, it really is important to kind of test for this. So remove dairy from your diet for 30 days. You can do it. Usually, I find for me when I'm trying to make some big changes in my life, once I get past the first week, it starts to really get a lot easier. So you just really need a lot of love and support your first few days when you're looking to make that change. So if that's something that you want to work towards, feel free to comment or send me a private message, and I would love to help support you, through your first 30 days while you're potentially trying to transition. So once you're dairy-free for 30 days, the next step would kind of be, there's two phases. You want to try and see and basically test to see what dairy does if you reintroduce it back into your diet. So phase one is you want to start small and just introduce some cheeses back into your diet. And from there, you want to see how you feel. Ask yourself, do I feel better, worse, or the same? Okay, and if some of the symptoms start creeping back in, take note that on phase one with just cheese, I'm starting to have problems again. So what that tells me is that I would probably recommend you that you stay dairy-free then if phase one did not go successfully for you. So if phase one was kind of okay and you're still kind of feeling pretty good, not really getting any spikes or symptoms again, you could try going to phase two. And phase two is bring back foods like butter and heavy cream and then see, how do you feel? Are you better, worse, or the same? So depending on how you test, phase one, if that cheese wasn't successful, I would try and stay dairy-free. And if you were fine with phase one and just a little bit touchy with phase two, you may find that you can have some dairy, but not all. And you can kind of just begin to experiment with it and see what's going to really be right for you. So I hope you guys find some value in that. If you learned a few things, go ahead and give me some hearts below. And then I thought I would give you some common substitutions, because I get a lot of questions for people that say, I want to be dairy-free. What can I use instead of this thing or that thing? So I have a short little list here that we can go over together. But for those of you that are dairy-free, feel free to go ahead and comment and share with the rest of us, especially since I'm not the expert in this area, about some of your favorite dairy substitutions are. I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much for the love, Shilpa. I love having you on. Thanks for sharing, Marsha. I so appreciate you. Love you, sister. So, okay, so here's some common dairy substitutions that hopefully you guys can find a lot of value in this list here. So you want to eliminate dairy-based oils. So some common ways to do this are to stick with plant-based oils, and these are some of my favorites. So, I wouldn't mind this transition at all, because these are oils that I use very commonly. So coconut oil, MCT oil, olive oil, then duck fat, lard, and tallow would be all good choices of oils for you to use if you're looking to be dairy-free. What about heavy cream? So do you guys have any favorite substitutions that you love for heavy cream? Feel free to share with me. I have down here using coconut milk or cream, and then olive oil as well are good choices for subbing heavy cream, especially coconut cream because it's a little bit creamier and thicker. It's also really nice and high in fat, which is really good for your healthy fat keto macros. So for sour cream, these are some good choices for you. You can use coconut yogurt or perhaps cashew sour cream. So these are things that I've personally never looked for. So you can provide me any feedback or tips and tricks to go along with it. But, you know, I think it's really cool that there are some dairy-free options out there. Dairy-free is what I gave up, sugar, bread, and potato. Now this. No, Jen, this is basically for people that can't have dairy, which I talked about in the beginning of the video that you may have missed. So this is just for people that have an allergy to dairy and they're suffering and they're looking for substitutions. Hey Courtney, thanks for jumping on. So for spreads, so you know, I know we don't do bread for keto, but I did make an amazing cheddar bacon bread. So you know, if you have a keto bread and typically you would put butter on and that's not something you can have, I would encourage you to try using some spreads like nut butters, seed butters, coconut butters, things like that would be really great choices for you. And if you're baking, ghee works really well and it is dairy free. For cheese or cream cheese, there's cashew cheese and vegan cheese. I know sometimes it's really hard to find a good dairy-free cheese. So if anybody has a favorite, please comment and share with the group because I know that that's something that a lot of people struggle with and I would love to get you guys some favorite brands and resources so you have them. So Shilpa says she subs almond milk. Avoid too many preservatives. 3 Tree is an awesome brand, and she loves cashew cream and coconut milk. So good. Thank you for sharing, sweet sister. And yeah, make sure when you're checking for all of these ingredients and these substitutes that you're looking on the back and you're looking, make sure you don't have things with added sugar and added preservatives. A lot of things have hidden sugars in them, so just make sure you're doing like basically sugar-free where possible. So for Greek yogurt, you can use coconut yogurt or cashew yogurt. And then for powders, so if you're looking for additional protein, instead of doing whey, you could do pea, beef, or egg white proteins. Ooh, Kite Hill. I'm so glad you're sharing. I love this. I actually, when in my research tonight, I saw 3 Tree on a lot of the websites. So hopefully that's a good one for you guys as well. So those are all my tips and tricks that I put together for you all about how to test, you know, for dairy-free options and some of the substitutes. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a few things. So if you have anyone that has a dairy allergy and they're keto and they're looking to, you know, looking for some help, make sure you share the video or tag them in it. Goat cheese I heard was good. I don't eat it. Yeah, I mean, goat cheese is good for keto. I'm not sure if dairy-free people can have it though, because technically it's cheese. So I don't know how aggravating it would be on the system. But if anybody is dairy-free and they want to comment, feel free to share. So next topic I have for you is on my questionnaire tonight. Somebody said to me, I'm not hungry and I'm keto. Is this normal? So how many of you guys out there can relate, especially when you were a brand new keto and you first started, that you didn't feel hungry all the time? If you can relate, comment not hungry below. I would be saying that because I thought it was the strangest experience to me. I'll tell you a funny story, but I was really scared about the fact that I wasn't hungry. For those of you that don't know my story, I really suffered from binge eating. I was addicted to carbs and addicted to sugar. And as a result of that, I really also suffered from like anxiety and depression because I had so much rampant sugar in my system, which is really bad for your gut health and your gut bacteria. So I went from being starving all the time and hungry to all of a sudden I wasn't hungry. And I was like, I thought I was dying. Funny story. True story, you guys. I was like, oh my God, am I dying? Is something wrong? It was so foreign to me. So yeah, I see some of you guys are commenting not hungry below. So I just want you to know that if you're brand new and you're not feeling hungry, it's completely normal, so don't freak out, okay? If you're not hungry, it's actually a good thing. So what that means is that you're eating enough healthy fats to sustain you, and fats actually reduce hunger. So if you're not feeling hungry and you're brand new, or you've been a keto expert for a while, you know, congratulations to you. You're on the right path and you're definitely doing the right thing. I love how fats keep me full. That's why you'll see so many people that are keto do a bulletproof coffee in the morning with, you know, coconut oil or MCT oil and grass-fed butter with all of these healthy fats, because having those fats in your system first thing in the morning, it makes you feel awake, alert, alive, and it starts getting your body starts doing endogenous ketone production. So your body starts making its own ketones and you just start feeling so good. So, and those healthy fats will sustain you through most of the day. I won't feel hungry till usually at least 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So healthy fats are good. So there's a general rule with keto that I like to share with people, and that is only eat when you're hungry. And when you are hungry, eat fats first. That was something basic that I learned from a mentor of mine, and I think it's a really great thing to practice. So you have to divorce yourself from the idea that you need to eat just because you're used to certain habits or schedules. You know, in the beginning when I was brand new and I would like go all day and just have one meal, I was like, it was just so strange to me. I'm like, but I'm supposed to have 3 meals a day. Can anybody relate to that? If you can, you know, comment confusion below, because I felt so confused. Like, I'm like, but surely I'm not eating enough, was like what I was thinking, you know, because, you know, we have these habits and rituals and schedules behind our eating, and, you know, we think we need to eat 3 or 6 meals a day, you know, and that's what we're kind of programmed to do. So, you know, that's not something that you need to do. Just kind of divorce yourself from that habit. I know it's really hard in the beginning, but it's totally normal. If you're still hungry and you're new, Amity, I would say we need to look at your macros. At least for me, and everybody ketos a little bit differently, but I know for me to be successful and to feel not hungry, I needed to be eating mostly fat in my diet. So keto is high fat, moderate protein, and low carb. So for me, I have to be up over 100 grams of fat every day to really be successful. And I find that a lot of people, when I'm working with them and I'm trying to help them, when I ask to see their macros, they're not really keto, they're low carb. And that's fine if that's what your goal is. But the whole goal of keto is making sure you're getting that fat in there. So yes, Shilpa loves the rules. Yeah, eat when hungry and eat healthy fats first. And if you do that, you will be very successful at keto. And thanks for the love, Julie. Like, I try. I'm a little bit geeky about the macros. I think it's really important to track your macros in the very beginning. And I've got a great macro video. So if you want help and you want more information, or you need help with your macros, comment macro below and I'll do my best to get you back over to my macro video. But you can just go to my Facebook and search macro and it will come up. I've got long hair and I think it was like blue, and that's the right video that you're looking for. So I think it's important to track your macros in the beginning just to see what it is that you're eating, because I know for me, I thought I was going to be amazing at macros because I counted calories for a few years. And then I switched to keto and I was a hot mess. I was definitely overeating my carbs. So I think that, you know, tracking in the beginning is really important just to see where you're at on the food spectrum. And you'll probably find that you're overeating and you're not even realizing it. So yeah, I'm seeing all the macro comments. Perfect. No problem. I'll hook you guys up and try and get you guys tagged. Okay. So your macros are your macronutrients, protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So okay, let's see what else we have here. So, oh yeah, so I wanted to share my story with you. So for those of you that didn't know, I was a calorie counter for many years, and I was at, my magical number was 1,400 calories. And when I was tracking that, I was starving all of the time. And I was often struggling to stay under 1,400 calories. So when I switched to keto, my favorite app to use for tracking your macros is Senza. It's Senza. So you can comment and share what your favorite tracking app is below. I really love Senza because it's free and you can, it does all the work for you and it's got some nice perks in it, but there's a bunch of different applications you could use. I would try and stay clear of MyFitnessPal because I find the database to be not accurate. I used it for many years when I counted calories. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, a little bit geeky here, but so I was at 1,400 calories and I was starving all of the time. And then I switched to keto and I was plugging my food into my macro app and I was only hitting 900 calories like all day long. I was like less than 1,000 calories. Like I literally thought I was going to die because I was not hungry and not eating that much. So yeah. It's completely normal. I was scared, but I had a really great keto mentor and he just taught me, don't worry about it. Don't eat just because you think you're supposed to. Just eat when you're hungry, and when you do, eat fat first. Love you too, Julie. Thank you so much. So this is why, and I get a lot of questions about intermittent fasting, and I've done a lot of videos on it, but it kind of goes along with this topic, so I'm going to transition into it slightly for you. So this is why people transition over to intermittent fasting so easily when they're keto, because you just find that you're actually not hungry and you don't need to eat as often. So I'll tell you a little backstory about me when I was brand new and I just started. And if you're finding value in this, make sure you give me some hearts. I so appreciate the love and support. So when I was brand new, I was eating breakfast and I was keto. So I was doing like a lot of eggs and cheese and a sausage or a bacon and some avocado and some olive oil. So I was eating a lot of nice healthy fats for my breakfast. And then it just, I don't know how many weeks it was pretty early on into my keto journey, but one day I woke up and I ate breakfast because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to eat and have a nice healthy breakfast, right? And I actually felt sick after. Was actually nauseous, thought I was going to throw up. And that was when I started to listen to my body and what it was really telling me and how to be more intuitive. So make sure you actually are listening to your body. And that's one of my favorite lessons about this whole keto journey is really learning to listen to my body, and it tells you exactly what it needs. So the next morning when I woke up and I thought it was time to make breakfast, I kind of asked myself, do I feel hungry? And the answer was I didn't. So I just didn't have breakfast. And this was way before I even knew what intermittent fasting was. I didn't even know what that meant or stand for. And then come to find out later on, I would just go from dinner the night before and essentially fast through till lunch the next day. And I would just not have breakfast and I would have lunch. And I found out that I was naturally following an intermittent fasting practice. And there's lots of different ways you can intermittent fast. So if you fast, comment fast below or comment IF for intermittent fasting, and feel free to share with me what kind of fasting it is that you do. So I typically follow this 16-8 rule. So that's 16 hours of fasting, and you want to eat within an 8-hour window. So for me, I did it very naturally. It wasn't something that I jumped right into. It was slow. I did it naturally when it made sense to me. And I would caution you that if you're brand new keto, please don't cut out all of the carbs, stop eating sugar, and then do intermittent fasting on top of that, because you will get sick, okay? Please listen to me. You don't want to do that. You want to take things slowly. Be gentle with yourself and your body. So yeah, I'm seeing some fasting comments, and some people like to do 16-8 as well. There are longer and shorter periods that you can do, but I find that 16-8 works really well for me. So typically I'm kind of a night owl. If you guys haven't guessed, I'm usually up doing late cooking on my page for Keto Kitchen. So, usually I will fast from my dinner around 9 or 10 o'clock at night will be my last meal. And then I'll fast through all the way through, and I won't have my lunch till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that works really well for me. So yeah, play around with it. Don't do it when you're brand new. Just like Shilpa said, she got sick. So, what happens is, you guys, is when people are brand new, they've been addicted to carbs and sugar for 20 to 30 years. And then one day they just wake up and they're like, I'm going to be keto. And I love you all for it. All of the excitement and all the high vibe. You're like, I'm going to stop. I'm going to only eat 20 grams of carbs, and I'm going to cut out all of the sugar, and then I'm going to fast too. And it's just like too much trauma to your body. Like you'll get sick, you'll have the keto flu, it will be awful. So go a little bit slower. And I would say start fasting, you know, maybe after your first few weeks, and it'll be much smoother and much better for you. So yeah. So Danielle says she intermittent fasts. She stops at 6 and then waits till lunch the next day. So that's perfect. That's exactly how it should work. So thanks for the love, Christy. Appreciate you. So yeah. So that's how you can easily transition to intermittent fasting. You feel less hungry, listen to your body, eat when you're hungry, and you'll eventually find kind of like the right fasting window that's good for you. The other thing I wanted to share, because I got this question too on my page kind of recently. I know I've shared it before, but for those of you that are brand new, fats do break your fast. So if you're looking to be super strict and you want your 16-8 window to be pure fasting, you technically can't have a bulletproof coffee in the morning because that is introducing a fat into your diet and it will break your fast. Now, one thing I will say is we all keto differently, and you are in charge of deciding what's right for you. So I find for me, I love a bulletproof coffee in the morning, and technically, scientifically, it's breaking my fast, but I still allow myself to have it anyway. I've tried fasting without the bulletproof coffee, and I really don't like the experience. So, you know, you just have to kind of figure out what works best for you. But technically, as soon as you introduce a fat into your fasting window, you are technically breaking your fast. So, but I personally, I don't care. And I've done a lot of research on this, and I've, you know, been in the groups and looked at forums and things like that. And some people are strict. They won't introduce the fat in the morning. They won't have it, and they'll have a true fast for those 16 hours. And some people will have the bulletproof coffee and nothing else. And for me, that really works. I love introducing those healthy fats into my diet first thing in the morning. Like I said, they really wake up my brain, set them on fire, and I can almost feel like once those healthy fats get in my body, I don't know, maybe I'm over exaggerating. You guys will have to let me know, but I kind of feel like my brain and my body, like the gears are all turning and everything's like coming alive, and it's like I can almost like feel like my body is like starting to make its own ketones. Like it feels really, really good. So I love the experience. So I would encourage you to do what is best for you. And if you find that having the fats in the morning helps you, who cares if it's scientifically breaking your fast? It really doesn't matter, you guys. So don't be too strict about it. That's the great thing about keto. It's all about kind of like identifying what works best for you and your body. So yeah, I'm glad Shilpa feels the same, you know, and she loves having those fats in the morning, kind of, you know, whether it's a fast or it's not a fast, who cares? As long as you're successful, right? That's all that matters. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Win It Wednesday with some of the tips and tricks. So you can look forward to this. I try to do this every week on my page. So I'll always do a post and I'll say, ask me your keto questions, put everything on there. And as long as it's a topic we haven't chatted about already, I'll add it to my list for the nightly video. So does anybody have any other quick questions before I go tonight? This has been fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you found a lot of value and you learned some new things, go ahead and give me some hearts below. Make sure you go ahead and give the video a quick share. And if you haven't followed me yet, make sure you take a quick minute and follow me and send me a friend request if we're not connected yet. So thank you all so much. Thank you for the love on the hair. I did something new tonight, so you'll have to let me know whether you like it curly or straight better. But I really enjoyed chit-chatting with you. Love you all. Have a great night, and we'll be back to do some cooking on my page tomorrow. So take care.